Bruv, people are getting like it's Soul Calibur 3, like it's Dark Souls coming out here with special attacks and moves that require XP. They've unlocked it in their skill tree and stuff, bruv. They're taking down achievements. They're leveling up to the final boss. Like people are using knives like it's a mad one. Bro, then bro, pulling out special attacks. I told you guys. They're cutting man into sashimi and some spaghetti hoops. They are leaving man for dead. It's not looking good. I'll be honest, it's not looking good. Holding fuck off knives like they're playing Minecraft. They've got enchantments on it. They've put Unbreaking 3 and Mending cuz, and they put fire, like some fire aspect. So like when you strike, and they just start burning like a fucking char grilled chicken, like it is meant to. But anyway, and the knife crime here has been increasing too. There's like one guy and five machetes because they fucking cut him up into a charcuterie board. That whatever that thing is, because they cut him up like some cheese blocks, served him nicely. But anyway, let's go.
Put down the knife. Put it down! Come on! Put down the knife!
This is the United Kingdom, where it's illegal to carry a knife longer than 3 inches in public without good purpose, and is punishable up to 4 years in prison. As of 2022, 40% of all homicides in England and Wales was done using a sharp instrument like a knife or a broken bottle. And knife crime is up 76% over the last...
It's increasing everywhere, cuz nowadays everyone's fucking getting stabbed. It's not looking good.
10 years. Knives have become the primary boogeyman for politicians to point the blame at.
They say a man drove into a house and then began stabbing people with a sword.
I think I've been stabbed and cut about 24 times. I've been shot 5 times and I've been hit with an axe.
I feel like it's not safe around here anymore. Anything can happen in seconds. They're selling online for £15. Whole big katana.
Exactly, cuz you can buy anything, cuz like it's a fucking inventory. You can just add random shit to your inventory, like hella 7-meter long swords that look like pogo sticks to your fucking inventory.
Longer than your whole leg.
I've got scars all over my arm, my leg, stabbed in my face.
Through where the bullet went through. Look, it's not.
I don't know how you're live, by the way.
It's not halfway through. Look.
Whoa, this is crazy. And as of January,
I've got a stabbed wound as well, guys, but let's not get into it. On my mom's life, I do.
2024, new laws passed making the purchase of zombie blades illegal. But is knife crime as bad as the media paints it out to be? Are people afraid of getting stabbed while walking the streets of London? And will banning the purchase of knives stop people from stabbing each other? I pulled up to Camden, a borough in central London, to find out.
It's not the knife's fault. It depends who's got them. I wouldn't say ban. I'm not into banning anything, really. I'm into regulation.
Okay. Like zombie blades or just like all the knives?
Pretty much everything.
All of them? You think knives should be banned?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The thing is, right? Deep this. Like, I can go to my fucking kitchen, get the knife that my mum uses to cut up the goat, turn it into curry goat pieces, yeah, and I can start cutting them into goat pieces. Like it's like you can't really ban knives. Sure, you can ban the fuck off machetes, but you can't like people will still use it. Do you know what I mean?
Like all of them, or just like the big zombie knives?
Anyone that carries knives in the streets are cowards.
I think if you
not really, cause I've got a pocket knife. Like I've got one. Like I've got hella stories where people just came to my neck with a fucking knife. Like it's got like camouflage. You got skins on it, like it's Call of Duty. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? On my mum's life that happened.
was to sit there and say, no, I don't think they should be banned, something's wrong.
Something's wrong with you?
Something's wrong.
Yeah?
You shouldn't need to walk around with a knife.
What do you cut your bread with?
A knife, obviously. Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
That's my dilemma, yeah.
So.
What would happen? Would people start cutting their food with like plastic knives? Forks? Okay, interesting. What about like a steak?
You have to use a knife, but you can use a little tiny one. No sharp. Remind yourself, no sharp.
Okay, all right. So it's all about that sharpness.
Exactly.
I'm scared of knives. When I was at school,
Get in your fucking hair. My God. Bro, what the fuck? This guy, he looks like the fish. I'm pretty sure there's a fish with like hella big fins. It looks like that. What is going on?
tried to steal everything off of me with a knife. Take away the weapons.
Okay.
Knives?
Knives.
Just like on the street? Yeah,
Sure.
obviously, yeah.
What about like kitchen knives?
You can't really do that, can you?
I don't know.
Why do you need a blade that big?
Sure, like let's say even a sword. Just
A sword.
yeah. You're always gonna have the hobbyists out there, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. If used in the right way, nothing should be banned, really. But that's very difficult to police, isn't it?
I think knives should be banned.
Yes.
Yeah. All of them?
Yes.
Even kitchen knives?
Of course they should.
Yeah.
But knives don't kill people. People kill people.
All
It's
right.
that easy.
I think it depends on the context. Where do you find the people with the knives? Probably in concerts or public places might be banned.
Not banned, but they have to take more control.
No, speak English.
Like,
No, because for cooking
cocinar.
Yes.
I actually went to school with someone who died from a knife crime. I think that with banning anything, it's not as easy as you're just going to be able to get everything off the street. Things are always going to happen regardless. Like, for example, we don't have guns here, but we still have, we still have gun violence. It's not as common.
Sure.
It would have to be a very detailed plan, really cracking down on different areas. It's a very complex issue that I don't think a flustered 21-year-old who just saw you on the street can answer.
Yeah, no, hey, you did a great job though, jumping into that.
Not the ones in the kitchen.
Not the ones in the kitchen. I mean, I guess the question is if I bring it out of the kitchen, it's now on the streets, right?
I guess. I'm not really around knives much.
Same. Do you think all of the knives should be banned?
I mean, yeah. It is better not just for for us. It's for because some people when they're drunk or something, they wouldn't think about what they're doing. So directly they'll just stab, and then when they wake up from being drunk and they know what they did, they're gonna be like, yeah, I did the biggest mistake of life.
Yeah, stay away from booze.
Yeah.
Buy that, I think it will be easy. You can buy them in Morrison.
Okay, right over there?
Sainsbury, yeah.
Morrison's. All right, let me see what I can do. We are going to purchase a knife. Boom. Do you think knives should be banned?
Not really, because you need them in the kitchen. So, how are you gonna? Do you know what I mean?
How do you do it, right?
I think when it comes to knife crime, you need to look at the social causes, not just how easy it is to buy a knife. I think there's a lot more to it than that. I think you're better off, instead of banning knives, I think you're better off actually investing in young people. I think that's the way that you stop knife crime.
I think you're onto something.
Thank you. Because you can't ban knives. You need it for self-defense and all that.
Now I'm going to go on a mass murder spree. Kidding. Please don't call the cops. All right, bye. Let's say you do ban these. The question then becomes, is this a sufficient enough deterrent to stop me from getting a chunk of metal and sharpening it myself? I don't know. Honestly, probably, yeah. I'd be too lazy to go make my own knife, but I would get the screwdriver and start hacking away personally. And if not a knife, they own a pair of scissors. So I think what they're really saying is ban slightly weaponized, sharp things. But this is not intended to be a weapon. So where does this logic end? Question for you, miss. Do you think knives should be banned?
Yes, definitely.
Something like this?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
What if I need to cut my bread?
Well, I mean, outside or inside?
What if I bring it outside?
Only if it's near your flat or where you live, yeah. I mean, we have bad
the thing is, you ban knives, they'll just think of something else, because, you ban the guns, they've got the knives. You ban the knives, they'll get fucking, I don't know, they'll use bricks. You can't ban bricks. They'll use anything. They'll start using the wire. They'll start getting their iPhone charging cables and start whipping man with that. They'll use anything nowadays.
Knife crime in Camden, it's really bad. No one's controlling it. And it's along with phones being snatched is also another big problem here. But yeah, I wouldn't do it, yeah.
Why is it so bad here, do you think?
Because there's nothing for the kids to do. So they're just wandering around with no activities, and I think that's part of it.
Do you think knives should be banned?
Yeah, of course, man. Use your hands, man.
Nice, man.
Use
Peace
your
and
hands,
love.
bro.
Peace
What
and
about
love.
these right here? What if I'm cutting bread
That's for
tonight?
kitchen.
It should be a much stricter sort of administration on it.
And do you think that logic should apply to all knives?
Yeah, all knives, anything sharp. If you can do damage with it, it should be registered.
Could you stop someone from finding something else that's sharp?
No, if anyone wants to hurt themselves, they'll do it. But I think that's more of a reflection on the mental health crisis than the
Okay, this is
the
interesting.
They can't be banned because you have to use them for eating.
Sure. What about a sword?
Maybe yes.
Yeah. All right.
If you want to stab someone, you don't need a knife. You can use a pencil. You can use a pen. You don't need a knife. You need education.
What do you think about that?
We don't like guns. We don't like violence.
Shouldn't use knives for violence.
Okay.
That's it.
I figured it out. The simple answer is ban violence. But this new zombie knife ban begs the question. Once zombie knives are banned, should regular kitchen knives also be banned? Can a government regulate violence out of people? Or will people just find other creative ways of hurting each other? I pulled up to Edmonton and met up with Farron, an anti-knife crime activist and vigilante superhero who runs a knife amnesty program where he meets up with knife owners, allowing them to anonymously turn their knives in, avoid criminal charges for possessing them in the first place, all while taking knives off the streets.
Young people see me as a place of hope and a place of relief where I'm able to take their weapons with no consequences. It's anonymous. I'll then dispose of them through the police, or we're going to start actually processing them ourselves and melting them down into other objects out of stainless steel that could be used for the bettering of young people in the community. Like, the main aim is if we can transform these young children's mental thinking, then hopefully that should transition to positive actions.
And how many knives would you say you've retrieved from the youth the time you've been doing this?
Just under 5,000 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We work strategically with FAS and different organisations. When FAS take the weapons off them, sometimes they need more longer-term support, and it's how we work with them afterwards to stop them from going back into the gangs or stop back from taking knives.
When I say knives, we're not talking about kitchen knives, yeah?
What are we talking about?
So come along and you find out.
Are these blades? Swords right here? Oh.
This is what FAS got just yesterday.
What?
Yeah. Mate, all you got to do is look at the news, they're going to see that people's been getting nearly decapitated with machetes.
Yo. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. I thought it was nothing as well until I saw that hanging at the end of it.
That could do some damage. I mean, we're getting creative here. This is like Viking-esque. The serrated edges look brutal.
Brutal, isn't it? But
I mean, that's just like intended to inflict pain.
look at this steel. It looks like proper hardened steel. Feel the weight on that?
Yo.
Yeah.
This is cool. I mean...
Yeah, hold that.
All right.
I'll hold that for you. Pull it apart.
Whoa. This is crazy.
Bro,
I mean, this looks...
They got the dual blades, cuz. Dual katanas. Like, see what I mean? They're just getting hella creative, like it's a fucking Elden Ring game.
Casual. You could be chilling, you'd be like, looks like a little bamboo stick. Yo. I mean, would this
They got ninja stars. They got shurikens. Like it's fucking Naruto. Bro, in the Hidden Leaf Village. You're not in the Hidden Leaf Village. You're in London. My God.
Gonna hurt someone?
Probably hurt yourself.
Yeah, I guess if it hit you high, it's just a goofy at a certain point. When people typically hand these in, are they like, you know, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have had this knife,
There's so
I need
many
to
different reasons, and
damn, this would do some damage. Are people typically hiding them in their pants?
They hide them in the bottom of their shoe underneath their inner soles. They hide them in bushes and stuff like that.
You think you've been given blades that are murder weapons?
If someone told me they've hurt someone with a weapon, I'd never take it. Like, I'm not here to facilitate murders.
Sure.
And be an alibi to someone.
I didn't even think about that.
I've done a collection where I handed in 130 weapons, and they blood tested every single weapon, and there weren't one bit of blood in it. I believe that if someone done something with a weapon, they wouldn't wait around for me to collect it. They could just dispose of it themselves. You know what I mean?
And what got you into this?
I've been in a situation where I've been stabbed on 2 separate occasions. In it, I got a total of 8 stab wounds.
Brass knuckles too?
Yeah, that's everything in there. Even got a taser in there somewhere. This is how it would be.
Oh, whoa.
If I sentenced someone. So basically, I put this inside of this. You see, it's got my address in it to this building already. They put the knife in there, and then they use this prepaid package and send it straight back to me.
Oh, the little pods.
I'm sure that we got another one of these in there. We saw one of them.
Oh, that thing's sick. That's the problem. These things do look cool. They attract me visually. Oh, yo, damn. Triple nunchucks? Yeah. So you have these emergency bleed control kits. What are those?
So basically, this is another thing that we work on. In this is going to have things that can basically stem large bleeding. We've got the faux blanket, so if you lose too much blood and you're going to shock, this will keep you warm. We then got a tourniquet that would be used to stem bleeding. You put this 4 inches over the wound, not too tight, not too loose, and that will stop excessive blood loss. Then we've got the open vented chest seals. That's something that if you get any stab wounds in the chest area, you have to put this on, and it will stop air from going into the body and basically collapsing the lung or causing more problems.
And do you think this should be standard issue for people these days?
You know what the thing is about it, right?
What?
There's first responders, and a lot of people see first responders as the emergency services, but you need to think about it. A young group of children walking home from school, who's really the first respondent? The friend that's seen it happening. And if their friends have got the right knowledge or the right equipment to stop bleeding, because usually if you get hit somewhere in the, like if you get stabbed in your artery, you can bleed out in minutes. Tyler, you know where it is when you get stabbed?
Dummy.
Your adrenaline's rushing, and you don't even realise you got stabbed because it feels like you're getting punched. Where I really noticed it was a bit weird was, you know when you bleed, you can feel the blood trickling on you, down your body. But when I touched my neck, there was no blood on my hand.
Is that what you got stabbed?
I got stabbed in my neck, my head, my chest, my back, my bum. 18 times. I got stabbed 9 times once, then 9 times the next time. It goes all the way down there across my...
Holy shit. That looks painful.
Yeah, across my clavicle bone.
I mean, it healed quite well.
But when I touched it, there was no blood coming, but I could feel the blood dripping, but I was bleeding inside. So it's forming a hematoma. I lost 40% of my blood though. They put me to induced coma. A day into the coma, I jumped out of my induced coma and I grabbed the nurse by her hair, started pulling my wires out because obviously I was in shock. My body's fighting from shock, do you know what I mean? So they basically shot me now and again. Then I got up, man, I had a tube out my neck, tube in my arm, drip in my other arm, tube in my foot, I had the catheter in, and there I was just like, fuck you, man. But my main problem was like, it gave me nerve damage. So I had a lot to work back from. It's like a big shock. Like when I got stabbed, it's like a big blur of white. It went ching, and I just heard a big ringing noise like that, and I couldn't understand what happened. Like out of the 5 nerves that control your neck and your arm and all that, 4 of them got cut straight through. The 5th one got severed. The guy stabbed me once, stabbed me twice. But the second stab in my neck, my arms went down, bang like that. I was trying to fight him off, and he just kept stabbing me, and I fell on the floor. And I was like, I remember thinking, fuck. I was like, I've never lost a fight before. What the fuck just happened? I was like, damn, man. All I thought in my head, I got defeated. And then after that, it's like he started to go one way. I started to crawl off like that. I was crawling off, I was like, and I said to me, bastard. And then he come back to me again, and I was crawling off. I was like, me, then he stabbed me in my f***ing spine, just in front of my spine, and stabbed me on the bottom of my bum again. I was like, man. And after that, the f***ing police come in it. I'm trying to be normal now, do you get me? I'm not trying to get arrested. They've come up to me, they're like, oh, we heard there's been a fight, what's going on? I said, nothing, man. I said, I'm good. Like, no, nothing's going on. And she's chatting to me. Like, these times, I'm starting to fade now. I've just been stabbed 9 times, innit? So I'm just like, she's like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm alright, man. I was like, what's wrong? I said, oh, I'm tired. I've been jogging. But these times, I'm in the process of losing all my blood. Do you get me?
Yeah. You're dying.
And then she's like, cold red, multiple stab wounds, bro. Literally, I look down, my top's just going like that. It's just getting redder. My neck's redder. My hair was hanging on my shoulder. I just remember getting rushed to the hospital. I just remember saying to him, like, why ain't my arm working? And he just said to me, like, our main thing is to stop your bleeding right now. Do you get me? I lost so much blood. And after that, yeah, man, just literally the road to recovery. It went from anger, revenge, and I think that's why I've just got such a fight against knife crime. I feel like every single day I take a knife off someone, I feel like I'm getting my bit back at knife crime for what happened to me, do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a forever burning furnace in my chest to just do what I can towards knife crime, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, who was this guy?
So he had a fight with a female family member. I come back and defended it hand to hand, fucking smacked him up. Then he come back with a knife, and I used to pride myself in fighting, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that was me. Like I'd have a fight. I weren't a bully or nothing, but I could definitely hold my own. Think about it. I got stabbed 9 times once, then I got stabbed 9 times again. If I was a habitual knife carrier, I would have been the one doing the stabbing. And even to this day now, I'd never carry a knife. Like I'm good, and the life that I live, it'd be very, very strange for me to get in any sort of incidents where a knife's gonna be turned at me. Do you know what I mean? You see America. You see when you say you're gonna give someone a life sentence, they be like, you get 100 years plus 2 more life sentences. Now that's a real life sentence, yeah? Sure. In England, when you get a life sentence, someone's been in jail for a couple of years, they get 12 years, do half of it before you know it, they're out in 4. People say, oh, but look in America, people still do crazy things. I get it, but guess what? That crazy person, he ain't gonna be around for 70 years no more. He ain't getting a chance to come back out and do the same thing again. So I do think, yeah, the consequences in terms of law for people that's using stabbing, it's not a good deterrent. I just basically pray, yeah, that the children of England don't get the accessibility to guns.
Yeah,
like, think of how...
If the guns are out, cuz we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Calculated, premeditated you gotta be to say, you know what, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna take my knife from that order from USA, yeah, I'm gonna put it in my pants, I'm gonna make sure that I don't get cut with a straight edge, I'm gonna go 5 miles down the road, I'm gonna wait outside the guy's building or his school, I'm gonna stab him, and then they've got to do a whole new getaway now with this whole blood-stained knife. He's got to make sure he gets close enough to that person and pushes it in, hear the cry, feel the knife go through bone, tissue and everything, and run away with a knife that's gonna be blood-stained. How hard do you think a person with that mind state, yeah, how hard is it gonna be for him to put a gun and pull it at someone?
It's easy. It's inhuman to just pull a trigger.
It's a breath of fresh air for him now.
This is wild that people are buying these for 50p. I mean, I don't know why.
What's that, like 60 cents?
How is this even possible? Well, these guys are not only taking these blades straight out of Elden Ring off the streets and into safe hands, they also melt the metal from these blades and turn it into things like gym equipment for at-risk youth to use at this youth center they're building.
We got a partnership with Amazon. All their defected goods or return goods, they come to us, and we basically get an engineer, fix them with young people, and we give them out to the community or people that's in need of them.
We've got about 28 rooms that are done. These are some of the rooms. We've got about 37 to go. We've got upstairs, downstairs, massive photography and film studios, media rooms, and we really want to do a lot of dynamic activities to really empower and support these young people. All here, from end to end, will be one massive video wall.
Yo! This is sick. Yeah. With resources to turn in your weapon and chill in a safe environment after school, you gotta wonder why young men are buying these weapons in the first place. I met up with Marvin Herbert, ex-career criminal, gangster, and alleged killer. He learned his lesson the hard way, though, after getting shot in the face and balls. And he now advocates for the youth to stay away from the life of crime he once led. But before we meet Marv, have you ever had someone place a paper bag full of burning dog poop on your front door after Googling your address, finding where you live, and hunting you down? Neither have I. But I'm sure that's happened to someone because data brokers are selling your 100.
Leading the people towards a better destiny, a better outcome, and a better sort of journeys. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm steering people away from my old existence into a light of love and acceptance and sort of a selflessness.
And was there something that happened to you that led you to switch your path and pivot?
Yeah, well, basically, if I'm being honest, I got arrested in 2012 for 4 murders, and I got extradited from Spain to England to stand trial. Whilst I was on trial, and one of the people that used to work for me ran a bill up. We used to give people drugs and everything to sell, and this one kid ran a bill up that was exponential, and he needed to be taught a lesson. So I wanted to hurt him. When I went to hurt him, I kind of found out he was my son's best mate, or one of my son's closest friends, and I realised the ripple effect of the actions I was committing was just harming kids, and it's got to stop. And that was that in 2014. I decided not to engage in criminal activities where young people are risking their life, their liberties and their futures on a product that ain't going to get them anywhere. And then basically I've had to go through a transition of losing all my money, all my assets, all the bits and pieces that I accumulated in that world. I had to let it go to start my journey fresh, so I can demonstrate by example on how to change your life.
I see a scar across your face.
Yeah.
Is that a prosthetic eye?
Yeah. Look.
Did you get shot in the eye?
Yeah, I got shot point blank range. I got shot in my leg. It went down my penis and shot my right testicle out. I got shot in my arm. It bounced off the floor, went through my hip and exited my 7 and 8 lower vertebrae. And then basically he finished up with a headshot here. If you put your finger on there, look.
Yeah.
Look, that finger, look.
Yeah.
Where the bullet went through.
Oh, shit.
Look, it stopped.
I don't know how you're live, by the way.
It stopped halfway through, look. So
How are you live right now, Mark?
I don't know.
What were you doing back then?
Everything. How we doing?
How you doing, man?
See you. Come on. Yeah. Marvin Herbert.
A legend. It seemed like Marvin's criminal past had made him a legend in the community.
Big Marv,
Yeah, there we go.
Have an amazing afternoon, ladies. Don't let yourselves down.
You know everyone out here. This is your place.
This is my planet. Yeah, this is where I'm from, innit? So this is where all the major raves were, here and the Forum and Kennishatten and Camden Palace. At 11, 12 years of age, I was really a crackhead, smoking crack, heroin.
You did a crack at 12?
11, 12, yeah. We were selling it at first and second year of secondary school. We were smoking crack and selling crack and heroin and ecstasies. And basically, because these were the place we used to come, it sounds crazy, yeah?
It's pretty crazy.
At 11, 12 years of age, it sounds crazy, but this was our reality.
So, Marv, you're a nice guy. People are taking photos with you. You're smiling. You're saying, hey, how you doing? Were you always like that?
No, I've always been nice. I was the kind of criminal that protected the weaker criminals. So I took on adversity because I didn't like bullies. I think I've been stabbed and cut about 24 times. I've been shot 5 times and I've been hit with an axe. Stabbing weren't a problem. Being stabbed weren't a problem for me. And getting shot weren't a problem for me. It was me stabbing and shooting other people that became a problem. Say you got a kid here, right, and I'll give you something to get you on your feet to help you. Right. And I know you got no money.
Got nothing.
Yeah? But then when you fuck up, I'm supposed to do what? Stab and shoot you. That's not fair.
You have to, right?
Yeah, but it's not fair, is it? I've never hurt anybody for money. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing I've never done. And anybody that owed me money, they got left alone. Have an amazing afternoon, gentlemen. I will do. Don't let yourselves down now.
You're like a ray of sunshine out here, Mark.
Yeah, I like making people feel comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Have an amazing afternoon, lady. And I like making people smile. Have an amazing afternoon. See, there you go. Yo, thank you very much, my brother. No one ever thanks you for keeping this sweet and clean.
Marvin seemed like he was channeling the energy he once used to allegedly murder people to being a force for positivity in the same community he used to be a complete menace in. Just like some of the troubled youth we see today stabbing each other with knives bought off Temu. Let's go back. So 13 years old, let's say, how do you eventually get into top dog status, king of the criminals, if you will, and end up getting shot?
Going up the criminal ladder, it started with car stereos. From the car stereos, we went into cars. From the cars, we went into burglaries. I didn't like burglaries, so I went straight from the cars into vans, delivery vehicles, anyone delivering vehicles or precious goods. And then after that, afternoon, OG, come on, where we here? Basically car stereos to cars, to delivery trucks, to money. You know, money's in transit, the Securicor vehicles. And they went from Securicor vehicles into guns and drugs and murders, and then into the, what's it called, logistics and transportation of drugs. So I've been arrested for maybe 18 shootings, 25 murders, I don't know how many armed robberies, you know.
How did they not lock you up?
Because it's not what they know, it's what they can prove.
I see. Are people eyeing for the crown you sit upon at the time?
No one can take my crown.
So are you compensating for some of the evil things you've done, or what?
Yeah, that's all it is. We're giving back, man. Have an amazing day, people.
Wow.
Well, basically, no, I started realising that all the people in that criminal world never loved me. And I've been risking my whole life because no one comes to see me in the hospital. I helped hundreds of people from my whole childhood against bullies. And not one of them come to see me.
Why? Do you think they would today?
No. They're all wankers. Have an amazing day, sir. When you've been involved in shootings and murders, right, and you've seen people shot in the head and killed, when you get shot all over and you're lying on the floor and someone walks up to you and puts a bullet in your head, a gun in your head and go bang, bang, you don't expect to wake up. And the fact that I never even passed out, I rung my own ambulance. What? I didn't think it was real. What? Because when he shot me in the face, it all went numb. I didn't know what happened. What I did do was got better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Healed up.
Now I'm the sickest machine you'll ever see. And if any of them come in my journey right now, then they'd face me at the best version of me possible. I actually realised that the universe, people call it God, wanted me alive, mate. Have an amazing day, sir. When I've turned my life around and I ran out of money and I had nowhere to live and I was homeless, my mate, I rang him up. I said, what can I do? Where can I go? And he said, I've got a yard. You can have the yard. So
let's check it out. Oh, right on. This is a nice little flat, eh? What do we got going on here? What's up, Bear?
This is my headquarters.
Okay.
This is where we're starting HMP from.
Okay. So this is a reset we're witnessing.
This is a reset, man.
So you went from top of the organized crime world and you're back here, you're resetting. With all of the alleged murders and crimes to rise to the top of the criminal ladder, once the law catches up to you, you get sent all the way back down to level 1. I met up with Venom, a youngster allegedly still in the game, who looks up to Marv so I could try to figure out why he would even consider messing with the law after seeing Marv's current life situation. Have you ever had to use a knife?
Yeah, in the kitchen.
Okay. And you're kind of a new gen criminal or what?
I wouldn't say I'm a criminal, it's just that get by in life. Do you know what I mean? Work for government. I don't see working a 9 to 5 going to get you a nice car or get a mortgage or, do you know what I mean? When you're in government, you're locked in. So I just want to have a good life.
So you're taking to some more unconventional methods to make some money?
Yeah. Like the things I want to do like that, do you know what I mean? I can't do it with a 9 to 5. And plus, like, I don't really like taking orders or, do you know what I mean?
So you're kind of independent on the streets?
Yeah. Well, when I was homeless when I was 14, 15. Like, went into care. Do you know what I mean? I had to do like criminal stuff to be able to pay for a hotel because I couldn't get ours. Because I didn't have no family or support when I was younger. I did, but not as good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you walk around here. You have like a piece on you?
I ain't gonna say too much, but
What's something one might protect themselves with out here?
well, out here in London, it could, anything goes, mate. You could have a bottle of acid, a chiv, a pinger.
Bottle of
No-
acid?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, anything goes. And like when you're on the roads, it's different. It's not like you're Lord Brown Citizen. You can just walk down the street and, do you know what I mean? Yeah, you got to look after your shoulder. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's talking behind your back. You don't know who's trying to stab you in the back or set you up. So it's not a nice life, but it builds you into a strong person. I got stabbed 3 weeks ago as well.
You got stabbed?
Yeah,
Should I see?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's another one.
Let me get this.
I've got scars all over my arms, my legs, stabbed in my face. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you've done in your life, what status or whereabouts. I mean, you piss me off. You could be Conor McGregor, I ain't Joshua. You know, I know I'm going to lose in my head, but I'm not losing. I'm winning. I'm going to step toe to toe, and if I get knocked out, sweet, I'll go and I'll come back with a bigger thing. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is. I ain't backing out for no
Bigger
one.
thing, we're talking maybe a chicken cutter?
I don't know, it might be a paintball gun or something.
So, I mean, I got this from an unknown source, but this is pretty standard carry out here, or what?
Yeah, that's normal. That's the people
This
run around
is
with
a kitchen knife, or what?
That's, you know what I mean? People run around with Rambos, ZKs. You know what I mean? Took her arm off. You know what I mean?
So in the kitchen, do sometimes you gotta get something sharp and chop away at the rotisserie chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it when the chicken acts up, or when you have to make the chicken know, like, hey, I rule these streets?
Nah, I don't do that. Like, do you know what I mean? If I don't look at people, if someone's making money over there, I ain't gonna go up to them and say, right, you're on my block making money. Nah, if everyone eats, everyone eats. But if you bother my peace or bother any of my family or my friends, then yeah. It's not like the olden days where everyone has a one-on-one straightener like down around Millwall or in the park, or you shake hands and you walk off. Nah, mate.
Yeah.
Like my other friend, I mean, he got stabbed. Like, do you know what I mean, he died. Like one more tattoo, all that.
So these tattoos represent people you've lost?
Yeah. They're here and here.
And this is due to knife violence or what?
One was knife violence. One was a bike accident.
A bike?
Yeah, come off a bike. I think he was getting chased by police. I don't know the full story. So I've had to do it and learn things and pick up things during the streets. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
But I don't regret it because it's made me the person who I am.
How did you get the name Venom?
Obviously, I'm a good, like, loving, loyal, caring, respectful person. But like when shit goes down and I have to like go on a job or I have to do someone, then I'm the most evilest person. Do you know what I mean? Because
you eerie?
Like, I wouldn't say I'm a good person, but when like you piss me off or then yeah, like I don't know back.
Would you, if the chicken pissed you off, would you give him a slice?
Yeah. So I'd probably bother for fighting now.
Or would it just be more of a preventative slice, like off, mate?
Yeah, but I'll punch it down the face.
You punch him before you slice the chicken.
No. I've sliced.
Beat the chicken, but you slap it.
Yeah, before see, I got paranoid schizophrenia. Like I'd rather do the geezer before he does me. Like I got stabbed in my chest. Like, do you know what I mean? I was very close. I didn't die, but the doctor said I've never experienced anyone that's been stabbed in the chest and how they are now. I said, mate, you just got to keep positive. No point me and ahhing, oh, I got a scar, do you know what I mean? Or it is what it is, innit?
You ever been to prison?
Yeah, I've done about six years. See, mate, and the crime rate's going up, and the police are like.
You mean crime's
they'll be
going up?
standing there, and you'll be watching someone getting robbed for a bike or a kettle. They're just themselves. Oh boy, they're just employing everyone because they ain't got no proper stuff. They're employing fat cunts. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, how you passed a police training thing? You know what I mean? Like, I've experienced it there, and I've learned it when I was in HMP Belmarsh. The alarm's gone off, and then one black fella, one mate of mine called Money, he come up to me, he's like, mate, do you know what he's in here for? I said, nah. I said, he's a sausage. He looks like a sausage.
What is a sausage?
Like div, innit? Like wanker, innit? Mate, my black pal said to me, he's like, mate, he's in here, he's phoned old Bill to the house, old Bill's come, he's grabbed the two old Bill, killed them, chopped them up, boiled them, he's cooked them, and he's ate them. And then the only way he ate them, yeah. The only way he got found guilty, they done a DNA test on his shit, and had the police in his, cannibal. And I'm there throwing wet tissue at him, and I'm thinking, what? But he looked.
Reality of the road is everybody's trying to get off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't stopping until I got 10 milk fat and I'm off. I can walk my own yard. Like, my kids are good. Like, I'm not stopping. And I'm not standing for less.
So you won't leave the game until you have that figured out?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? My own business. Like, I ain't doing no 9 to 5.
Yeah, you can't walk away from that fast money.
You don't respect it, innit? Because if you have to drive and save up to 30 grand, you ain't going to blow it as quick as, you know what I mean? But when I'm getting 30 grand with, like, 30-minute job, I'm blowing it. Like, I'm not taking it serious. But I'm thinking, yeah, I could do another job.
We're talking like coke and hookers or what?
No. Obviously.
What are we talking?
Robberies.
I see.
Yeah. Robberies.
Okay. Venom, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no worries.
Marv, what's going on with today's youth? Is it much different from when you were a little gangster?
Because look, when we were kids growing up, yeah, we had to fight to create a reputation, like, and you had to stand up and fight. You had to stand up for yourself, and if you weren't prepared to stand up for yourself, then you was used and abused. But if you had a difference with somebody, you had an issue with someone, then you had to have a fight. And that was how you sorted your differences, by fighting.
With a knife?
No, with hands and feet. The knives came in later.
So, what do you think has changed in the modern youth's perspective on violence, stabbing each other, being a part of a gang?
Social media and games. Because the kids don't realise how serious their actions are. So when they commit these stabbings and these cuttings, they don't actually realise that they're actually going to decapitate someone, cripple someone, or kill someone. And then they think, what have I done? I don't want to go to prison. And then they fall apart. When we were growing up, we knew what we were doing and we knew the consequences and we were prepared to eat the consequences. So if you'd done something to me that was bad enough, then I would happily stab you up or shoot you and go to prison because it was worth it for me. Nowadays, these kids ain't got no values on anything. They're killing each other for nothing. That life ain't worth it. And if you're going down that road, then you are pathetically wasting your life and every opportunity you have to be the best version of you.
And I know you're helping the youth now. What are you doing?
Well, I set up systems in football, boxing, music, media and construction to help navigate kids away from crime into training and employment. But more importantly, I work with the hardest to reach kids that are leaving school, leaving care and leaving prison. And I try to get them into being the best versions of them they can be. My idea is to create a business model with them and set them off into a sustainable lifestyle and a passion that they love.
Do you think knives are the problem with these kids? Some
No.
people say ban the knives, that'll solve everything. It seems a little bit ridiculous.
No, I think it's the mindset of the individuals and it's the elders and the peers and the parents. It's the peers and the social landscapes that are moulding our youngsters into being the barbaric killers that they're becoming for nothing.
Special thanks to Marv and Farron, and you can go see Marv speak live this August. Link to everyone's socials and more info in the description below.
But we need more people like Farron, because more people like Farron. Do you know what I mean?